welcome here to more TALKFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys, as today we have a very, very special interview from Lionel Messi. And I've always said, right throughout my time here on YouTube, which has been quite a while, when Messi speaks, you listen. Because today we are going to hear from Leo talking about his exit from Barca, the adjustments that he's had to make at Paris Saint-Germain, the Ballon d'Or, his hopes for the World Cup there with Argentina, and also the dreaded word of retirement. There's so much to discuss and plenty of insightful words from Messi. So let's get to it. Because indeed, Lionel Messi sat down for an exclusive interview there with Sport, and it did not take long to, of course, come on to the big topic of his exit from Barca. And in particular, now a few months have passed, how's he feeling about that? Have you gotten used to the feeling of not being at Barca, being away from the city, from the club? Messi said yes. He said, but even to this day, when I watch games, it generates certain emotions or makes me want to remember things from matches at the Camp Nou with the people. He said, I basically left my home after 20 years. Leo said, I miss everything about Barcelona. I was in the same place for a long time. He said we had the same routine, the same locker room. I knew it all by heart. You know, my children had their routines as well. The training centre, all of that stuff. He said my way of life in general, it was set. He said coming here to Paris has completely changed everything, but we are happy. And speaking there about Leo's family and indeed, of course, his children who are still growing up, Messi was asked, it was obviously painful for you, but also they're looking at your family, your children. How was it for them too? Was it painful? Messi said very. He said the truth is that it was painful last year. He said when we sent, the burofax when I told them that we were going to have to leave Barcelona, that was painful then. He said we had a chat, we tried to convince them, and in the end they understood. But he said now this summer, it was so sudden. He said we told them that we would be staying in Barcelona, they were going to continue here, they told their friends, and then suddenly we had to leave. And within a week, we were already in a different city where everything was new to us. It was very difficult for everyone. And of course there, Messi's new life in Paris and indeed Messi's new club life at Paris Saint-Germain was always going to take a bit of time to sort of get going. I think certainly to acclimatise there at a new club after so long of being at Barca and within that Barca system. And Leo was asked there about those different styles, about having to adjust there at Paris Saint-Germain. Messi said, I'm used to playing all my life at Barca when we had the ball almost all the time, for the whole game, for nearly every game. That was the way that we played. And he said today, I've got to adapt to a new club, a new way of playing, a new league. He said, I don't know what will be better for me in the end, but he said, I try to adapt now and to continue performing at my best and helping my team. And I think certainly during his time so far at PSG, Messi has come under a lot of criticism there for the performances that he's put in, particularly there in Liga 1, in the Champions League. I think he's been very promising for PSG, but certainly in the league there have been question marks. And I think that answer there really does go a long way to sort of describing how Messi's feeling right now. I've said before that I think he feels lost at times, that he looks a bit empty playing in that PSG shirt. And above everything else, I just don't think he gets the ball enough. I think at Barca, he was the centre of everything. We knew how to play with him. Of course, Messi helped us in so many ways, but we also knew how to help him. We knew how to give him the ball, to feed him in certain areas, and I just don't think PSG involve him enough. I think he's stuck sometimes isolated, away from the game, and that is not good for a player like Messi. You want him on the ball where he can make that impact, where he can make that difference, and to get the best out of him. Come on, give him the tools to work his magic. But of course, when you're talking about that exit from Barcelona, you also have to talk about the recent words of Joan Laporta, the Barca president there, who came out at the start of October with some rather surprising quotes, I do have to say. Remember that Laporta spoke about the fact that he did hope that at the last minute, Messi would offer to play for free. Laporta did concede that we cannot ask that of a player of his level, but I did say at the time that I thought those quotes there from Laporta, they were unnecessary. It was something there that didn't really need to be said, that didn't need to be aired to the world. And Messi actually responded there to those comments from Laporta. He said, the truth is that I did everything possible to stay. He said, never at any time was I asked to play for free. He said, I was asked to cut my salary by half, and I agreed without any problem. He said, the desire of me and my family was to stay in Barcelona. And Leo went on. He said, since nobody asked me to play for free, he said, I think the words there by the president are out of place. There was no real need to say them. He said, they hurt me actually because he didn't need to say that, and it makes people think or generates a type of doubt that I do not think that I deserve. Then Messi was indeed asked the question that I think we're all wondering, we all have been thinking ever since he departed there from Barca, about returning. And specifically there, once that PSG contract ends in 2023, what's going to happen then? What is going to be Messi's next move there when that contract at PSG is indeed over? He was asked, will you return to Barcelona? Messi said, I don't know if that will happen when my PSG contract ends. He said what is almost confirmed, and he said for sure, is that we're going to live in Barcelona again and that our life will be there. He said it's what my wife wants, it's what I want. And he said, so yes, we will return to Barcelona. But then Leo was pressed on that. What about the club? Of course, the city, of course, you want to live there, your life is there, but what about the club? Do you see yourself returning to Barca, the club? And Messi again, he said yes. He said, I've always said that I would love to be able to help the club, to do what I can to sort of contribute towards the club. And Messi said again, I would love to be a technical secretary at some point. He said, I don't know if it would be possible at Barca or not, but if there is a chance, I would like to contribute again. And that is there's something that we have heard now in multiple interviews from Messi, the fact that yes, he would like to go on once he has finished playing and become there part of the club by being a technical secretary. That would be a very similar sort of role to what Ramon Planas is at Barca right now, looking there for the latest talents, bringing players into the club, being involved in the sports management. I think Messi would certainly suit that role well, and he already seems really, really enthusiastic about that. And it was what he said next, which was really, really nice indeed. And he said, I would like to return because it's the club that I love. And I would love for it to continue to be good, to continue growing, and to continue being the best in the world. What I thought, though, was a really fascinating question when it came to Messi and the current Barca team. Messi was actually asked there, what do you think of the team? What do you feel right now when you watch Barca? Do you feel like the team can still compete for titles? And Messi said, Barca have a great squad who play very well. He said, I do watch them whenever I can, and I often do wonder if Messi is sitting at home, watching our bad performances, watching our struggles and thinking, what, I'd love to be there. I'd love to be able to help them right now. I do often wonder that. So Messi does indeed still watch the team. He said, I think some important and very talented young players have appeared, such as Gavi. He particularly highlighted there the performances of Gavi, and he said the return of Kun Agüero and Dembele will be of great help to the team. But Messi said, on competing, he said Barca will always be there because they are one of the best in the world. He said that again there. He said they'll always fight for titles, for the league and for objectives in the season. He said although it may or may not happen later on. Messi was then asked, do you still speak with any of your former teammates? Are you still in touch with players from the club? Messi said, yes, I do speak very often with Kun Agüero. No surprises there at all. He said he's not just a teammate, but a great friend of mine. Messi also said that I speak with Busquets, of course, and also Jordi Alba. And I have to say here, the Spanish media are making quite a meal out of the fact there that Gerard Piqué was not mentioned in that sentence there. But I think it's far, far too little to sort of read into that and sort of create anything. But as you know, the Spanish media will do what they do. And of course, with the voting now closed and the Ballon d'Or approaching, Messi was asked there whether it will be possible to win his 7th Ballon d'Or, which would be absolutely unbelievable. But Messi, as always, completely and utterly modest. He said, if I'm honest, I don't think so. He said, my biggest prize was what I was able to achieve with the national team. He said, having fought so much for that achievement, it was the very, very best. He said, but if the Ballon d'Or arrives, it would be extraordinary for what it would mean. Winning one more, the 7th would be crazy. But he said, if not, nothing happens. He said, I've already achieved one of my great goals, and I'm very happy for that. And now, whatever has to happen will happen. And speaking indeed of that incredible achievement there in terms of Messi winning Copa America and what that meant to him, Messi was asked there, are we seeing a more sensitive Leo? We saw tears after winning the Copa, presenting it in front of the Argentina fans. Also tears, of course, after leaving Barca. Are we seeing that more sensitive side? Messi said, well, being able to win both with the national team and then being able to experience it with the people of Argentina, those were significant moments. He said that was the first time there was a crowd after we'd won the Copa. He said, I'd thought many times about standing in front of them with a trophy. I'd done it a lot with Barcelona, but I couldn't do it with my country until then. And And I think certainly when it does come to Messi right now, when I watch him week in, week out, especially when I watch him with Argentina, there's a difference there. There's a different fire. There's a different hunger for him to again succeed with his country. And I think the ultimate goal right now, by far and away, for Lionel Messi, it's that World Cup in December 2022 in Qatar. That is going to be his next ultimate goal. Messi said, I'm very excited to achieve great things there. He said, we come for a winning Copa America, having searched for it for so long, for being so close, for so long without quite being able to win with the national team. And so after this, the feeling is great for what's to come. He said, today, we feel good. We believe that we can be one of the candidates in Qatar. But he said there are still better teams than us. We still have to keep on improving. He said, but we're on the right track. The dynamics are good. The atmosphere is really good. Winning helps a lot. And this will make us grow even more. Finally, though, when it comes to Messi, he was asked the dreaded question and the word was spoken about retirement. After that World Cup there in 2022, looking towards the end of that season, you're going to be 35 years old. Is that going to be the end for you? Are you going to consider retirement from football? But Messi, he said no. He said not really. He said after what happened to me, I'm going to live day by day. I'm going to go year by year and decide then. He said, I don't know what will happen in the World Cup or after the World Cup. He said, honestly, I don't really think about it. Whatever has to happen at that moment will happen. But right now, we still have Leo playing. He's not in Barca, of course. But he also didn't shut the door today on returning to the club of his life and the city, which is his home. So please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, on everything that you have heard here today on Lionel Messi. It is often very, very intriguing to hear him speak, and especially there to give his version of events, given what we saw happen over the summer. Please let me know all of those thoughts down below. I will see you soon, of course, with more videos to come. Thank you for watching, but until next time, as always, Visca El Barça!